So I have now 2 new journals to read. But let's just try fooling with this machine now that we've seen this area. Let's try the big screen first. Banox Computer System. Enter. Okay, this is by far the most complicated of these that we've seen. Oh, and there is a camera viewer here. So maybe these cameras are Premier's cameras. System information. Welcome back to the Banox Computer System. Powered by servers on your homeland, and named after the masters of our bloodline, the Banox Computer System will enable you to access various points of information connected to the Neyyah site you are working on at the planet of Feamor. The Banox Computer System receives data closely linked to the successful operation of all Neyyah sites. This includes voltage data, portal status, power and activity, a variety of console and machine statuses, and email correspondence with your lord, Smolax Mehmet, plus other connections to the Ronalda Temple. Kurhelta Volka watches down on you with machine breath. He thanks you for the harvest of the Neyyah spores and doing your part to bring our broken world closer to him once again. So when they say him with a capital M, they're referring to whoever this is, Kurhelta Volka. Which, you know, that's like a... that implies like a god status, right? You know, writing it with an uppercase H. Go back. After the betrayal of the Fjaltans, the land of Fjalta, and the rest of Feamor was left for us to upgrade and change as we saw fit, under his eyes guiding us. We came to this planet upon one landmass. Now we have access to various lands through the use of old and new portal systems. While some of the technology belongs to the Fjaltans originally, we strive to make our own, to make it better. As workers of the Neyyah sites, you have access to these wondrous creations. They are your passengers across the surface of this planet. Select a portal to find out more about them, and their specific activity in connection with your Neyyah site. Oh, so this is like a Wikipedia of portals. Yeah, okay, I had figured this out on my own. The Banoxi Eye portals. The Banoxi Eye portals were created on Olajay and serve as a means to travel between the 5 zones of the arrival sector. They were all once connected as one whole big landmass, making it the biggest area to exist on Neyyah Site 28. Oh, so all of this is Neyyah Site 28. Wait, so what is Neyyah then? I thought all of this was Neyyah, but all of this is Neyyah Site 28? However, in order to protect... That does explain why they thought that hunting was possible, though, on this site. However, in order to protect the recent operations conducted at the Fleetsu Dome, due to rising sea levels and increasing climates, the land was separated and linked together via the use of these Banoxi Eye portals, named after the creatures whose blood runs through the veins of our masters. We believe Kurhelta Volka watches into our world through these portals. Gaze back into his heart and know you are in safe hands upon traversing through these unique portals. Number in operation, including crab portals, 21. Updates weekly. Okay, so there are 21 of these in total. I wasn't counting them, though. I was not keeping track of how many there are. Maybe I should have been. I don't know. Mahili portals. Okay, this is like a really important type of portal for me to find. And I haven't seen this. I don't recognize this pattern at all. Brought to the design board as an idea by Smolax Mehmet and Namir Dahili, and helped brought to light technology available at Banox Systems, Celeria, South Olajay, the Mahili portal is still being prototyped across the various Neyyah sites. Built horizontally, as opposed to all other portals used for Neyyah sites, they operate better when charged by water. A good recommendation would be an old abandoned area of Fjalt's design, which could be filled by seawater. They are expensive to manufacture and should be used for specialized operations. Number in operation classified. Updates NA. Okay. Ocean portals. I haven't seen anything like this either. Ocean portals have been developed by Banox Systems and Smolax Mehmet to aid in the process of Neyyah spore harvesting. A colossal project. Okay, so we're probably going to see one of these in Scarlidi Towers. A colossal project taking shape on the Neyyah Spore Pool collection area of Neyyah Site 28 a while before the betrayal commenced. Since then, the ocean portal, along with the powerful Neyyah systems, have evolved in their designs and technological power. Elevator sector has had a smaller ocean portal installed, protecting the Neyyah zone. Number in operation 4 updates annually. Okay. Ooh, this one has a click for further information. Pelorian portals. Yep, we've seen these. And yeah, number in operation 4, that checks out. We've seen all 4 of them. On Neyyah Site 28, the Pelorian portals serve as exit points for the camera sector, elevator sector, lab HQ sector, and arrival sector, connecting to the central area of the Neyyah Spore collection pools. While the Pelorian portals still use the original Pelorian flower ingredient in its plasma, the real power of these portals now derives from the Kula crystal pods, creating faster transit to locations. A plasma ring is required for these portals to work. They were built around the same time as the Toledo portals, once the Fjaltans separated the original land using their Volt Tower technology. While this ancient technology still remains a mystery to us, with certain areas of Fjalta still receiving power from these bizarre structures, they have pushed our ideas forward in evolving powerful and efficient teleportation. They misspelled teleportation. Devices of our own. Okay. Click for further information. So that's what Kula crystals look like. Didn't we see this somewhere? I thought I saw something like this somewhere, but maybe I'm misremembering. Obviously, that's just the ring. Yeah, I've seen that. And these are Pelorian flowers. Okay. I don't feel like I need to note any of that down. I feel like this is more so just, you know, this is just for keeping track in your mind what all these different portals are, because there's so many. Spore Pump Delivery Portal. Over time, there have been changes in the methods in which spores from the Neyyah plants have been transported back to Olajay from all of the Neyyah sites on Feamor. The Yopalesh on Neyyah Site 28 remained as a prominent feature and useful delivery system for Olajarians. The main purpose was delivering Payitas to specific docks set out across Feamor, but after the betrayal, spores took priority, and Payitas have been manufactured on Olajarian labs ever since. These Payita storage stations became spore docks, now linked directly to the Neyyah spore collection pool areas of most Neyyah sites. They've all been fitted with a spore pump delivery portal, sending collected spores straight to Olajay. They remain switched off until new delivery is organized. Number in operation 1. Updates monthly. So this portal goes to Olajay. It's meant for spores, but I wonder if we can get inside one of those. I still don't know how we're actually getting to Olajay. I've not seen any practical information on how we get to Olajay, and also I'm noticing this here now. We'll get there. Toledo portals. Oh, okay, so the Pelorian portals and Toledo portals kind of go between each other. The Toledo portals originate from ancient Fjaltian technology and history. There are 4 on Neyyah Site 28, which connect Arrival Sector, Camera Sector, Elevator Sector, and Lab HQ Sector to the central Neyyah Spore Collection Pools area. So what I thought was Neyyah Site 28, which actually is this broader area, is just the Spore Collection Pools. That central area is for spore collection. These portals were successfully manipulated on Olajay by a man named Kleine, who managed to route a Payita power-based electromagnetic pulse through the lens of a Toledo portal, known to Olajarians as a Chatuki. Problems have occurred, however, with the nearby marine life which populate the current position of the Neyyah heater chamber. Their own natural electromagnetic charges have become an interference with the Chatuki technology, while also becoming a burden on spore collection in general. The heater chamber has since been sealed off. All Toledo portals operate without Chatuki technology, in order to sustain stronger portal power, except one portal, which can be alternated between 2 locations, one being the remaining spore docks on Neyyah Site 28. Wait, so one of the portals, and it's not specified which, can be alternated between two locations. One of which is the spore docks. Okay. So there must be a way to change where one of these portals goes. Huh. Interesting. I might have to look back around there. There was an area that was there that I couldn't walk into. Like, it looked like a walkable area, but we couldn't go to it. Shruyuki portal. While all portals are updated to continue operations, their plasma sources running on very similar components such as the Florian flower, the Shruyuki portals, also known as travel portals, remain mostly unattended due to Spore Docks being shut down, apart from Spore Docks 1 on Neyyah Site 28. All Neyyah spores are now sent to the Spore Docks via chutes, connected to Toledo portals containing old Chituki technology. All Shruyuki portals are in the process of being shut down. While metallic objects don't react very well when passing through Shruyuki portals, Neyyah spores present no defects upon transit. Chute systems have been installed at most Neyyah heater chambers to deliver the spores to connecting Toledo portals with Spore Docks 1 using Shruyuki portals. Updates are currently unavailable, while work continues to tweak and fix the plasma technology for these specific portals. Number in operation 4. Okay. Mayorta 2 portal. Mayorta 2 portals, also known as Mayorta gas portals or tube portals, are fairly powerful devices, operated by using a poisonous toxic gas called Mayorta, found in caves on the southern mountain ranges of Oloje, where Banoxi dragons still dwell. I was right. Those are dragons. A Paida is also required to operate them, and the activation can be done remotely to where the portal will open. On Oloje, they are usually built in dangerous areas, offering a means of escape. Okay. So obviously, if we were to find one of these, like if we wanted one of these, we would just kind of have to find them around. And this picture is clarifying. It's not the same material. It's not the same like pillars that are for the portals at the arrival area. This is something completely different to those, because it is a cylinder, and it definitely is, you know, apparent that this is gas in here. And you need to pay it up to operate. Number in operation classified. So yeah, I don't know when we're gonna see these, if ever. Jalude portal. Yeah, we've seen these too. While Jalude crafts can depart directly from Oloje and travel to destinations on Neyyah, certain restricted areas require a portal for Jalude travel, such as the Sky Chamber. These portals are known as Jalude portals, and each Neyyah site will have a Jalude portal built at a specific location, usually the Lab HQ sector. They require transportation towers to operate, requiring 2 signals. Yes, so we saw one of these at like the I mean, okay, was there one at the very start of the game? I assume. I think there was, because we went through one, didn't we? Or was that not one of these? What's tripping me up is I thought Mason tried to go through one of these, but maybe that one is not in operation. Because it says there's only one in operation. Okay. Well, at least this is here, and we can kind of, you know, we have a reference for what all these different portals are, because there definitely are so many different portals. Neyyah Site 28 depends a lot on our technology and machines to keep running efficient. A lot of these machines have been built on Oloje and installed across various Neyyah sites. Important data systems are set up on the Banox Computer System to receive vital information on particular consoles, such as Trondi counts from the Voltage servers, readings from the Falitsu root consoles at Falitsu Dome, and location settings for the Chituki portal technology, connecting the Neyyah Spore collection pool and Spore Docks 1. Okay. These are all interactable. Voltage servers were created to read amounts of energy generated at heater servers. They were designed by Lyson M. Voltage at Aloxis Heating Systems when the heaters were originally installed at the Neyyah heater chamber. Trondi counts are generated at the Voltage consoles through the use of fuses. Inspect each Voltage server linked to the Banox Computer System. Once a fuse is charged, trunning readings will be sent from the Holtish Services database. Inspect each Holtish server linked to the Banox Computer System. Once a fuse is charged... this was back at the... spore collection pool, wasn't it? Yeah, Holtish inactive. Okay, so... So, we have to find these, and I believe I've seen these around there. Yeah, it accepts a Payida. So you have to power them with a Payida and a fuse, I guess. And then once you've done that, they will report numbers back to here. It seems highly inconvenient, no? Like, why wouldn't it just display the number on the machine? But, who knows? So, okay. We have to go there, fill those in, come back here, and then read these numbers. Sure. Falitsu root data. I don't even know why I would want this. Vamir Dahili, head scientist on Oluj and operations manager of Payida Manufacturing Systems, has been developing a new power source for Oluj using natural elements from Feyamore. The Falitsu plant grows a root that, when mixed with specific chemicals, generate a power source. Specific roots and chemical quantities are currently being tested at the Falitsu Dome on a rival sector. The source of power could become an alternative to Payidas. Spores that grow on Gufunki mushrooms are also being tested. Select one of the Falitsu root pods to view current readings. Okay. Check pod 2 for faults. I'm assuming whatever this is about, we won't be able to do anything until we do this. So there's a Falitsu pod, which they look like this. I haven't seen anything that looks like this to my recollection. We're gonna need to inspect them for issues. Yeah, I don't know what this data even plugs into right now, so this seems, far off in the future. So I won't worry about that right now. Jatuki Portal Technology, also known as Jatuki Lens Technology, seized upon Neyyah Site 28 after electromagnetic interference from local marine wildlife, weakening transit power within the plasma of Toledo portals. However, one portal still contains this old Jatuki technology, enabling the portal to shift between two locations. This has been set up to enable faster spore delivery, connecting the Neyyah Spore Pool Collection to the Sporedox 1 site. Alter the Jatuki power from either the camera sector or Sporedox 1 on this console. Current selection, camera sector. That's at Minerva Point. Sporedox. Okay, so presumably now, through the portal that we used to use to access Minerva Point, we can access this Sporedox. I was going to say that Minerva Point felt like a pretty small location, so the fact that it is actually two locations kind of makes sense. Well, that immediately gives us something to do to look around. Not that there was any shortage of areas to look around already. We still have plenty to do. Man, I'm so glad I actually came back here. There is so much here. Heater chamber status? Okay, I'm just skimming this. This, I don't think... Okay. Foreign objects detected in the pool of the Neyyah heater chambers. Attempting to identify. Unsuccessful. Okay. So, these... this heater, whatever it is... Hold on, have we seen this? Is this the same thing that we saw that was next to that rail carts? We turned it on for a moment, but it just kind of, blew air out, and then that was it. Or, some gas out. But it didn't really do anything. It was right next to where there was a gate that would raise, and then it would just kind of fall back down again. Is that what this is? Is this, that, and that's connected to the heater chambers? I'm just looking at the picture of these to see, do I recognize anything else from being in that area? But I don't really recognize any of these other things, aside from that. So, yeah, I don't know, that sounds like far future. I haven't really seen any of that stuff. Emails. Cleotex Communications provide you with the ability to keep on track with remote connections on Ology while working on Neyyah Site 28. You have access to all emails in this section of the Banox Computer System. We have sender blocked. We have seen why that is. I'm following up service operations required to be carried out on 2 VAD and AD security doors you have installed on Neyyah Site 28. And we've seen from the notes in the secret office, they actually did conduct that work, and supposedly these doors were not modified, quote-unquote. We attempted to contact you a year ago, but we did not receive any response. Your last service was conducted by Martin H. Kleshy on 10/05/442, and updates are available. I'm also informing you that a few accounts have been hacked lately. I recommend not using WSS card details for passcodes, either online or for the door lock mechanisms. We want to ensure you have the best possible security service we can provide here at Rukara Security Systems, and apologize for any inconvenience this recent attack may have caused. Feel free to arrange a meeting with us at our offices located in Rukara's district, Neyyah Prashar. Lux's Heating Systems, Pipes, and Heater Services. To the attention of Mir, this email is a response to our meeting alongside our protector, Smollax, in regards to his concerns with the current heater system set up on Neyyah Site 28. After reviewing the current setup you have running, we have decided to begin installation of new pipes, which will carry the heater server cables from the heater service through the Ludwig Tower. Yeah, we read this already. Smollax has also decided to heighten security on the use of fuse boxes on the heater service. Rather than using only the Tronny counts generated by voltage machines, they need to be multiplied. Yeah. This is the exact same note that was on the table over there. Okay. Hope this email finds you well. Connections between Neyyah Site 28 and Sporodox 2 and 3 have now been permanently disconnected, while discussions were had with Smollax, our Lord and Protector, regarding the possibility of reopening these docks for storage unit usage. Final decisions were made to cease any further work to renovate. Members of Ronaldo Temple have made it clear the instant delivery of the spores results in much more sustainable and lucrative production outcomes. We ensure a strong transmission signal continues with the Toledo portal you have assigned to enter Sporodox 1. Okay. Okay, yeah, the majority of these is no camera signal. So there are cameras here too, so maybe the cameras we saw at Pernever Point were in fact, those were Smollax's cameras, and these are Ruir's cameras. So there are two types. Crane cameras, which I've not seen, and crystal block mech cameras. Those I have seen. I've seen these contraptions for sure. So those are cameras. I've only seen them in close proximity to those, pillar things. But apparently those are cameras. It's fitted with cameras to offer security into certain important areas of the site. They're also integrated into activating and locking machinery vital to the operations of Neyyah Site 28. No camera signal except for this one, which we can't click on. Okay. Alright, I thought this would be clickable because it's a picture, but no. But there's no camera signal, so yeah, we have to go to the Scarlini towers to turn these on. So the reason why we need to turn on the cameras is because by viewing the cameras, we can activate or lock machinery. Okay. Pietas power the machinery required to complete the harvesting of the Neyyah spores on every Neyyah site. After being processed on Ology, they are delivered to all Neyyah sites and stored at their associated HQ. Pietas require weekly maintenance using a PSF reader. Select one of the components below to find out more about their use in Pieta activity. That's the case. Oh. They're stored in a specially designed case, protecting them while keeping them at a cool temperature. Alright. Yeah, it's a holder. We've seen them. Yeah, you insert them there. That's just obvious. They're the power source for the Neyyah sites, developed in red, blue, green, and yellow designs, and orange apparently, but, you know, that's secret, I guess. 3 components make up the symbology of the Pieta device. A Toledo portal triangle, a line of 4 square... Yeah, okay. We figured this out. Yeah, we've kind of gathered this too. Before the manufacture of Pietas began on Ology, the Vajaltans discovered the Pietas deep below the ocean and gathered them using a machine called levitation crane. It existed at the elevator sector of Neyyah Site 28. Back then, this land was known to the Vajaltans as Neyyah. These Pietas... Oh, okay. So Neyyah Site 28 is Neyyah. It's just an alternate, less interesting name for it, I guess. These Pietas were delivered by boat to the old harbor of the arrival sector, and then transferred by cart to the Pieta factory. Yeah, we've seen that factory. A powerful group of... In fact, I don't think it would be possible to even get here without having been to that factory, right? We would need the spare key from it in order to get here. A powerful group of Vajaltans known as the TOMYSSHADOW clan created the energies required. Yes, we basically gathered all of this from that, you know, scroll that was in the church that we were in. Neyyah Site 28 still retains a lot of its ancient Vajaltan landscape compared to other Neyyah sites, or Philidians, which is the Vajaltan term for Pieta harvest farm. Despite the war which broke our alliance apart, I believe it's still important to understand and respect the origins of the powers which enable us to prosper here on this beautiful planet of Theamore. Good luck in your training. Tour times of laboratory will be given by instructor. Okay. So he gives tours of this area. Pieta plaque. Yeah, I don't even need to read this. I already know how this works. Like, that's just obvious. It doesn't need an entry here. PSF reader. Pieta signal frequency is an energy reading. Oh, that's what PSF stands for. We saw a machine, yeah, it was in the mines here, actually, in that little, previous secret office. Not the secret office, but the previous spot where, Vamir had been hiding things. We saw a PSF reader machine there. It's an energy reading. All Pietas require a PSF reader check before they ascend to Neyyah sites for operation. Every Neyyah site now has a PSF reader, maintaining the best performance of Pieta devices, ensuring the most reliable Neyyah spore harvests. PSF reader version 74000 BT is developed by Grey Mountain Systems. Yep, we've seen it. We have actually interacted with it. Okay. I feel like I just, clicked 6 pages deep into Wikipedia. Okay. What's going on here, then? Ooh! Video messages small x. So this is what small x looks like. Well, let's see these.
Vamir! My old friend. I hope I'm not disturbing you. I assume you're down there on Neyyah Site 28? Working hard, I hope. Looking at recent deliveries from other Neyyah sites, I'd say some serious competition is coming your way. Also, just a reminder, if I don't see progress on the dome's construction, I will hold you personally responsible. Maybe It will put the half-baked brains of my men at ease, knowing the curse has been lifted. Their foolish falsehoods of whispered voices can finally be extinguished. Now, while I admire your search for alternative power sources besides the Pieta, I feel you are getting too close to that Validian. Go now, my dear Vermeer. I await your report on the Philitsu routes.
Okay. So that was that was interesting. Our first video message from Smollax, and he seems somewhat intimidating. Let's see what else he has to say.
The Neyyah spore. Beautiful, powerful, potent. Wouldn't you agree, my dear Vermeer? We must conserve the Golorfium, and yet we must up the dosage for the well-being of the people. Perhaps the Neyyah plants are getting zapped by Zypherfish, or maybe the spores are releasing too early. You should double-check the heaters. Or maybe the spores are randomly getting weaker, their power withering, their potency waning, for no reason at all. Neyyah Site 28 is losing its power, Vermeer. It must be, because the Ologerians are forsaking the spores. If you can't find a way to increase the potency, I will sink your beloved Neyyah beneath the waves. Check the tank for Zypherfish and eradicate them. We can't afford interruptions. Not if we are to finally be reunited with him.
So what I'm kind of getting from this is that Neyyah is just one. It's just one of these worlds to this guy, right? Oloj, I guess, is kind of like a central hub, and there are many different sites. We're in Site 28, but there are actually many different sites that they do have access to, is what I'm getting. And to him, to Smollax, this is just a number, right? It's just number 28. It's not Neyyah. Let's see.
It finally happened. Didn't I say it'd be unwise to keep that wretched portal standing? The debris doesn't concern me. It could have affected the spore farming systems. We were lucky. This time. My workers speak of whispers and believe the site is cursed. What happens when they refuse to maintain the Banoxi eye portals? Who will step in then? You! Myself! My focus lies here in the temple, at the Laflomian portal. As should yours. The Yopalesh was but a means to an end. That technology faded away years ago. It's true, the Yopalesh did serve us well for a long time, and the Pieta remained in great condition after its transit from the factory to the temple here on Oloj. But now, the Pelorian portal at the old factory, it's in ruins. It's a twisted mess. A corpse, shaped by the greed of its creators, swallowed up by the ocean. Eventually, everything they ever created will fall. Who was it? One of my engineers mentioned to me the last time he was down on site. Oriane. That name sounds familiar. Does it mean anything to you? He graces me with his presence. His machine breath enters my dreams, now, more than ever. We are getting close for me. The time is fast approaching where we will once again sail back through the silver rings and be all with our home. Bragnarian. But we need more power. Our Flomian portal remains stable for now. Despite the tremors, we can do this. We have to. Keep me informed about Neyyah Site 28.
Okay, obviously he's talking about the collapsed portal by the Paida factory. We've seen it. He was not happy about that. And sounded vaguely like a threat. I'm enjoying these video sequences. They really add character to the game. It's a nice break from all the reading, too. What else do we have here? Platinum System number 1. This was one of the icons back on the other thing that we saw. I've not seen this out in the world anywhere, as far as I can remember. Yeah, I'm not even going to read this yet. It's too far in the future. I'll come back here when I want to deal with that. Okay, this is probably to do with the Voltish servers again. So right now that's inactive. Okay. I've not forgotten. I have 2 journals I picked up here. I will read them in a bit. I'm so tired of reading. I kind of want to get to actual gameplay right now. That still doesn't provide us a method of getting beneath this hatch down here. Yeah, that's still locked. Don't know when that'll become relevant. I guess we'll check over here. Oh, wait. No, this is not where I wanted to go. Hold on. This spot. So we were at one point in here, and, yeah, this is where the guy blew himself up. Is there nothing... Hold on. What were these again? This was a long time ago, so I kind of forgot. Yeah, we've seen that. Okay, yeah, we picked that up a long time ago. And we cannot go that way. I guess that's just, you know, that area is not relevant to the story anymore, so we can't go over there. And that was just to open the story, yeah. Okay. And then this spot here was where... this was where that, she described herself as a Pelska. First, kind of looked at us menacingly. I've been trying to figure out if there's a pattern to, where she appears. It seems to be always kind of in areas that are of importance to Vamir and his, secret plan. But I can't really pin it down further than that. Okay, for just a little bit here, I'm gonna just make a rule of, like, no more reading. Like, I'm not gonna do even more reading. I'm just gonna play with stuff for a while. I want to actually play the game. I'm looking for a key in here, because apparently there's a key here somewhere, which I don't think I got. Okay. That's not interactable. This is just the PSF reader. Oops, no. Yeah, we took what was here. Oh, we can take this. I did not notice that, so at least I got something out of this already. Okay, this is just one sheet of paper. This is fine. This doesn't count for no reading. I hope you liked the present. It took us all night to put together. Of course, Neyyah did most of the work. He made sure everything was just so. He said that some shelves would come in very useful for all your important things. We miss you, to Lava. Okay. Can this door be opened? I think I had this, last time. I thought this was the front door. Oh, there's a ladder there that's not in order. As if to imply there's something above me, I guess. Like there's a ladder that's broken. You see that, right? Bottom half it's off. Oh, I guess that's the bottom half of it there, that's leaned up against the wall. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. Would any of this be a key? Is there a key here somewhere? Oh, this is where I saw the Harbor Watchtower. This, I initially drew this. I knew it was in Golorfiak Mines. I thought it was in that other building, but no, it was here. So, this tower, I have to do something with the Golor Crafts. Do I have something like that in my inventory? No. There's Golor Crafts. We can do something with Golor Crafts, but I haven't picked up any Golor Crafts. Presumably that is mined here, right? That's what they mine here, at these mines. Just kind of pixel hunting a bit, because I thought that I would find a key in here. This is to do with the camera system. Oh, that just closes the door. No key here? Really? I thought that his journal said there was a key here. I'm trying to be thorough with this area. Doesn't this look like a door? Doesn't look like it should lead to some area? It really does to me, but it just doesn't. It's just a wall. I give up. I found at least one new thing, but I didn't find the key that I was looking for. So I don't know where that is. Okay. So this is kind of where I wanted to go back to. Yeah, I didn't really do much with this area because I couldn't translate what was above the doors, but maybe I can still do something here. That, I cannot see anything. So these are the sedation chambers, supposedly. I don't think I went up here. Did I go up here? I did not go up here. I don't think so. Oh, this is the other side of that door. Hold on. This is just a shortcut then? Okay, this brings us back to this area. Yes, 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 I know where we are. Aha, okay. Is that all this is? Is a shortcut? Is there nothing else here? Man, that's nice. I will say there is something kind of nice about this area, even if it is kind of like, it feels very abandoned, but... Oh, can we go even further up? Hold on. We sure can. Okay, that's obvious. We need a beta here. Oh, it's another one of these situations. Another one of these towers. We saw one of these in Minerva playing, and I kind of put a Paeta in there, and I didn't have any idea what I did. It's the exact same setup and everything. That probably just takes us back down. Well, okay, sure, let's do it. I don't know what I'm doing, but we only have one of these that could match this. Okay, again, just kind of makes sound, but I don't know what I'm doing by doing that. It did kind of look like a similar tower from the outside. We saw it in that one shot when we looked up. I do not know what those towers are doing. They don't seem to connect to anything else. So there is something on the other side of this, if we can get through. Oh, we can just open this door. For some reason I was under the impression that we could not. Well, I really was not thorough with this area. But I knew that, that's why I wanted to come back. Okay, that's not spooky at all. Is this an active point? Huh. Okay. Hold on, there's a table there with stuff on it. Can we not get there? Oh, we can't get there. Oh boy, you know, I just said I was going to do no more reading. Oh, we can go continue further here. Brief look at this. Brief look. This doesn't look like very much. Yeah, we knew. This is a sedation chamber. Oh, this deals with Mayorga gas. This is actually kind of relevant to what we need to do. Hive generator, power intensity, adjust automatically to severity of patient's condition. Oh, this is for treatment of patients. Mayorga gas sprinkler. Use emergency sprinkler button at chamber entrance to activate sprinklers in case of emergency. Fuel cables, underlying pipe system, and chamber contains Mayorga gas. Sedation tubes. Once patient is securely in place, the helmet system will detect the condition of the infection. Sedation tubes will react accordingly. Helmet system. Lights indicate a helmet is activated. Golorfiak metal responds to increase in temperature. Beginning reversal process. The chair. Wrist and ankle cuffs secure patient's chair during reversal process. Huh. So this is the treatment of something. Oh, elopolite infection. Blisters may begin to spread across the arms and legs of affected area. Slight alteration eye color. Infection reversal, 1 to 2 days. 1 helmet required. Changes in facial structure begin on the left side of the face. Full tentacle growth on back and sides of the head. Infection reversal, 4 to 5 days. 2 to 3 helmets required. Final infection phase. Complete bone structure transformation and full tentacle growth across the back and sides of the head. Infection reversal impossible. High possibility of facility breach. Evacuation imminent. Okay, that's pleasant. Helmet system needs to be maintained at least once a week, while each helmet must be checked daily for any damage sustained during reversal processes. The needle on the tube injects sedation serum and detects the patient's condition. The chair, the patient needs to be fastened to this chair before a sedation process begins. Extended arm rests and cuffs are used during later reversal processes. I did not realize that this would basically zombify people and turn them into... I don't even know. What is this? A piece of wood suspended by 2 strings? Rubber bands? Yeah, I have no idea what this is. Emergency exit procedure. Pull lever back to close gate. Close gate. Temporary mesh protection from attempt to equate. Arm yourself with a Toluca gun upon entering emergency chamber. Pull lever in office to close gate and secure room. Open hatch on wall to enter emergency chamber. So this is an emergency escape here. This hatch. So I guess this is kind of where you would have to take refuge if your patient went insane on you. So you're armed with guns to deal with them if they try and get in here. Travel down corridor to your left and exit hatch at cliff face. Yeah, that's that's not going to work anymore. That corridor is just filled with rocks. Climb down ladders to the beach and await the guards who will accompany you to safe zone. Okay, so you would end up on the beach after climbing through this. Yeah, it's repeated. Oh, this is the key, is it? Scarlidi key. Ooh, that's important. So, Famir hid that here. Okay. Now it makes a lot more sense. His journal just specified it was somewhere in the mines, but he didn't say where. And he hid it here, knowing that it was just this old, abandoned area that nobody cared about. And that definitely makes sense. This definitely gives me the vibe of nobody would ever go here. This is too dangerous, and you know, useless, completely useless to Small Axe and crew, because it's just kind of a weird historical area. Famir, apologies for the delay. New key for lever system as Carlidi Towers is ready. We'll find it enclosed with this letter. I hope you managed to set up the new lever system without too much difficulty. Make sure the lever is set to the highest notch. Hopefully this extra boost in power will enable the pump system to work more effectively. I calculated with the new strength of the pumps, the rising water level that Scarlidi Towers will reach the boiler much quicker. Considering the importance of Scarlidi Towers, I do suggest we recalculate the strength of plasma orbs from the Loundus crystals there. Perhaps I can conduct some experiments next week. Next time would be best. Nighttime would be best. That's if Zeely hasn't already got plans to watch more Cadus flies dancing in the garden. This warm weather has brought countless hordes of the things to shroud in the evening skies, with a light show of intense purples and blues. It's quite remarkable, if not a little distracting. Zeely is growing up so fast, becoming more fascinated by what this world has to offer. Perhaps your ideas on the Fjaltans aren't so ridiculous. There may still be time Please don't hesitate to reach out if you require any more assistance. Take care, Ernter. Alright. That's just that note. Okay. Oh, what's this? A knife. Alright. I mean, that's just generally useful. We're gonna be, cooking some meat with this knife. Oh, what on earth are these now? Are these... Oh, do these go in the portal things? Hold on. Purple and red crystal. I bet those crystals go with the blue ones in, like, the portal things. Wouldn't it make sense? I don't know which one would go with which. But... Oh! This! Okay, this is for the oil tank. The backseat, or whatever it's called. The Billix tank. I have it written down. Canister. Okay, very nondescript, but I know what it's for. It's for the Billix tank. We need to go back there. Man, this area just has everything. I'm so glad I discovered this. This is where Vimir was hiding everything. He bet everything on just hiding stuff here. Reminder to all workers. Stay refreshed and refueled. Rest sites offer an opportunity to take a break. Beware of nearby relaxing nesting areas. Stay clean and hydrated. Wash basins installed between shaft areas. Make sure all taps are turned off completely after use. Yeah, go figure there'd be no water coming from this. Yeah, it's just abandoned. Completely unmaintained. Which makes sense. You know, this probably has long since kind of served its purpose, because there haven't been any Elopolitan, or whatever they're called, attacks. Man, this was essential to discover. And it was all just behind a door that... It wasn't locked at all. I just thought it was locked because it looked like it was. But I had no reason to actually believe that it was locked, you know? So that's what's meant by a sedation chamber. It was where they restored people who had been infected.